Hi everybody, this is Carrie Mubarak at wooingnature.life. This is the full moon view for my water sign. So if you are a Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces, I am talking to you. I hope everything is well. I hope you all are doing great, and I hope the full moon brings you some really great energy because it is coming with some really positive things, looks like to me. The moon is in Gemini, 19th degree, and it is looking at an abundance of choices. So this moon is going to bring in a lot of choices, a lot of things for you to choose from. It could be career choices, it could be job choices, it could be partnership choices, but it's bringing in an abundance of what you've been asking for. So this is going to feel like a really great time for you because like, oh my God, it's like Christmas. It really literally is bringing in this kind of Christmassy spirit and the energy of bringing in the things that you really, really want and what you need. And so the moon wants you to do that. It wants you to bask in it a little bit. The things that you've been desiring, the things that you've been wanting are now going to be satisfied because you'll have some choices. Now the thing about choices is that everything might not be the best choice. So the full moon, because it sits opposite the sun during that time, we want to look at the sun and see what the sun has to say. The sun is asking you to think ahead, have a plan of action, right? So you got this abundance of people or connections or job offers coming through for you at this time. That's for everybody. But if you're thinking about specifically what you've been asking for, what you have set intentions around, you're looking for those things. So it may be that a whole lot of stuff is coming through with this Gemini wave, which is great, but not everything may be what you originally planned or what you had originally thought through. So don't take everything. Don't do everything that comes towards you. And if you can, don't take the first thing that comes towards you. Really take some time to pay attention to what the offer is, and does that offer truly satisfy your needs? Is it going to not only fulfill your needs in the moment, but is it going to sustain you over time? Because we're looking at sustainability. The sun is asking for you to think and plan ahead, while Mercury is saying be observant, be wise in your choices, and be wise about what it is that be wise about what it is that you choose. Lots of opportunities. Which opportunity is the right opportunity for you is what you're really thinking about for yourself, water signs. All right, I'm going to be reading from Colette Baron Reed for water. We're thinking about this full moon time and what water signs need to be thinking about. I'm going to pull 3 cards. I'm going to pull one for Cancer. I'll pull one for Scorpio and one for Pisces to help give us some direction. And then I will go to the tarot for clarification on all 3. Okay. Full moon time, air signs, first Cancer, then Scorpio, and then Pisces, in that order, please. All right, let's get some direction for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. All right, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So for Cancer, we have slow and steady. For Scorpio, we have a sad embrace. And then for Pisces, we have commitment. All right, so let's look and see what's going on right now. All right, so Cancer, we have slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race, right? This is not about pace. It's pacing yourself. Again, thinking ahead into the future about what's happening right now, that which is coming forward and coming through right now. You got to think about your future. You got to think about what lies down the road as far as your choices. This may seem, some things may come like quickly and be like, oh, this is a great thing for right now, but how much longevity does it have, and how is it going to How are those things going to serve you down the road? Because that's what you need to think about as well. I've got the Chariot coming in reverse, followed by the Princess of Pentacles. And I also have the Two of Pentacles, which is a call for balance. So as you're setting your intentions, and it looks like there's some intentionality that needs to happen here in order to move this forward. And it looks like Cancer, you all have some kind of block going on. If something is blocking your movement, then I'm going to say it is going to be about pace for you. And it's also, of course, going to be about balance during the process of change, because there is change happening. And so then it's going to call for a new type of balance. So this whole message about being slow and steady is really important to you, because you don't want to move too quickly. Okay, things are going to be coming in quickly, but you don't want to move too quickly, because you want for the choices that you're making to represent the right type of balance for yourself, not just now, but in the future. So you got to think about what you need now and what you're going to need down the road, and whether or not the choices that are coming through are going to represent a balance of that. With this Princess of Pentacles, I do see the opportunities presenting themselves, and these little flowers kind of coming out of the sky here. You are connected to that, Cancer. You're connected to the source, and by being connected to the source, you are able to draw in what it is that you're looking and what you're trying to manifest. But again, the message is to be patient in your process of making a decision. I am getting a block right here, though, for your movement. And so for those of you who are experiencing that block and you want to know what that block is all about, you might want to get a full moon reading at this time, because it will identify the blockages and how you can get past it. So for those Cancer folks out there who are experiencing that, or who want to know how to better balance out what's coming through for you right now, how to balance that in respect, or with respect to how you are having to live now, and then how you're wanting to live in the future. There's a lot there. So I would recommend you all get a full moon reading during this time. Definitely, Cancer folks. All right, moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio, I'm concerned about this sad embrace that's going on. What's happening here? I'm seeing that there is looks like some love loss, or a loss of love, or some disappointment that happened, or maybe you felt like you had it all, but now all of a sudden you feel like that's gone. I'm getting that in this Four of Cups here. There are some other choices coming through. Scorpio, there's some other things coming through during this time. So I don't think that you should get locked into that disappointment. I don't think you should get locked into disappointment. And it feels like that's where you are right now, Scorpio, is being locked in disappointment about the other thing that didn't go well. But there's other things coming. So I don't want you to be so self-absorbed into the past, or into what didn't go well. I'm seeing this as being a relationship for some of you. For some of you, it might be about your work, or it could be about your health as well, but it could be about work. It's like you had an idea, or you had something. For some of you, for those people who this is about work for you, you had an idea that you put out there, and it wasn't appreciated, or it wasn't supported. But you have to know that there are people out there who heard and who saw and who do support and who are there to kind of nudge you forward. And that's what you're going to be looking for when this full moon comes in. But you can't be overly focused on like what disappointed you or what didn't go right. You can't be overly focused on that, because if you're overly focused on that, then you'll be focused on that. You'll be focused on the negative. You'll be focused on the thing that didn't go well. And you don't want to do that, not during this time. The watching and the waiting and the and observing and being observant. You don't want to be so inwardly focused that the observations that you're making are about more negative things that you're thinking about. You don't want to, in other words, you don't want to turn those mercurial observation skills in on yourself while you are embracing the sadness. You want to embrace the sadness, release the sadness, assess the sadness, but then know that there are other opportunities that are getting ready to present themselves, and you need to be open to see them, not to see what went wrong 10 years ago or 5 years ago or last week or whatever it may have been. All right, so Prince of Cups here tells me that there's something coming. I feel like, again, for some of you, this is about relationship. For maybe a few of you, it's about work. But for those of you who are dealing with the relationship sadness, okay, Prince of Cups says that there's more coming, you know. One of my teachers used to say that boyfriends and girlfriends are like trolley cars and buses. When one leaves, another one is coming right behind it. So be on the lookout for that and not turn it in, Scorpio. All right, moving right along to the Pisces people. Pisces, we have commitment here. That also came through in another reading. That was for who? For air signs. Air signs, specifically Aquarius, I think. So Aquariuses and Pisces are dealing with commitment issues, and it looks like there's change happening in relationship to the commitment. With this Wheel of Fortune here, change is happening. We are in the midst of a change. We're changing. It's the end of the year. We're going into a new year. Other things are happening energetically in the universe. So wherever your commitment was, or wherever you perceive your commitment to be, that may be changing. There may be an adjustment there. So again, use your mercurial observation skills. Think ahead. It looks like you already are thinking ahead, Pisces, because you do have a commitment. You do have some goals. Looks like your intentions are already set. But this is a time for you to kind of reassess, or maybe look at it again based on what it is that is coming through, whatever new things are coming through. Those new things, I'm getting that those new things that are coming in with this Gemini moon are really to help enhance the commitment. It's to further the commitment. It may be some other things that you needed in order to complete what it is that you said that you wanted to do. Those things may be coming through for you during that time. I am getting a Three of Wands in reverse and an Ace of Swords in reverse here. This is juggling a lot of things at once. You may need to narrow that down for yourself, and then that may also happen like when the moon in Gemini choices, when those new choices come towards you, it may help you narrow down your focus as far as the commitment is concerned. And I'm seeing, Pisces, that needs to happen. And then the Ace of Swords in reverse to me is also about having a clear understanding, having a very clear understanding. And so it feels like the full moon is going to help you clarify your intentions even more. So, so Pisces, for you, I'm going to say that you will be making wise use of the opportunities that are presenting themselves during the full moon. You'll be able to make wise use of that and to further your goals. So it looks like you'll be reaching those, and then also you'll be these things are also going to help you narrow it down. It looks like you're going to be getting the help that you need and the assistance you need so that you can narrow it down. But I do want you to be very clear about the original commitment, so that you'll know how to match up these things. Because again, with the sun is saying to have a plan, to come up with creative solutions to problems or to what you are dealing with, and to think ahead and to plan ahead and to set down some strategies that will allow you to be able to sustain yourself during the commitment, and to sustain the commitment that you've made to yourself. But yeah, narrow it down and become clear is what's going to become really important for you all. All right, I think that is that. If you all want to get a very clear full moon view for yourself, if you know what your goals and objectives are and you want to look at how it's moving and if there's anything that's blocking you or how you yourself can move your vision forward, you can reach out to me, or you can go. The best thing to do is to go to Facebook. Go to Facebook. You can like and follow there, but there is a book now button. You can book your own appointment. You can book your full moon view reading, and then we can take a look at how the full moon is going to be affecting you, and how the cards and how intuition and how we can use intuition to further your goals and objectives for yourself. So on that note, I wish you all a great and wonderful full moon on December 12th, and I also wish you a wonderful life.